Hey everyone, Hassan here, and welcome to my first ever review of an SH Figuarts model, and this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Red Ranger right here in front of you. I've gotten a couple of Figuarts already over the past year or two, I guess, but I just never did a review of them. I got the Shinken Red and Shinken Gold from Toys R Us, and I ordered the Gokai Red and a couple days ago the Gokai Silver ones because I really like those. But these, I've really decided that I want to start collecting more Figuarts because I think they're really cool, and I'm going to focus more on the U.S. releases of these. So this figure has been released in Japan under the Zyuranger name. So for those, I think it was Tyranno Red or whatever it's called in Zyuranger. So under that name, it was released in Japan, and it had a couple of extra parts for those that watch Akibaranger. It had like the I think the neck piece and the belt there had like the American flag colors and stuff for the Japanese release. But the U.S. release doesn't have that because that's obviously not in the American version of the show. And I wanted to get this one because of the packaging as well. So first, let's take a quick look at the packaging. Let's move this guy out of the way. So this is the American packaging. I ordered this off of Amazon, and so this is the packaging there. So it says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers celebrating 20 years. The same kind of logo that they had on the, I believe, the Super Robot Chokokin Daijujin, aka the Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So same kind of a celebrating 20 years banner there. So there's those logos. There's the Figuart right there, Figuart model, Red Ranger it says there. I don't know if you can tell. In the back, let me see if I can focus a bit more. It says there's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers celebrating 20 years banner kind of on the back of the red packaging there. So there's that kind of neat thing. So the figure was in there, and it says it kind of describes the Figuarts there. And that's pretty much it. The top just says Red Ranger. The bottom just has that. And ages 15 and up, so this is not really a toy. For those that aren't familiar with the Figuarts line, these are not toys. They are much more expensive than your traditional toy because they are not toys, they are models. So these are not meant really to necessarily be played with. They're just, you can pose them and display them and that kind of thing. So there's another thing with the Figuarts, and you can see the model there. Pretty sweet artwork. And Mighty Morphin, Red Ranger. Pretty cool. And then that side, Red Ranger again, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The back is basically same style that Figuarts usually does in their packaging, showing different poses and some stuff that it comes with. But because this is the U.S. packaging, they put it in English. So that's kind of nice. So it explains that there. So again, you can pose it and put it in different poses there, molding. So it kind of shows how it's very detailed to the show. That's what's really cool about the Figuarts. One of the things that I really like is they're just so detailed, especially the weapons that they come with. So you'll see all these different weapons, and we'll take a look at those up close. But they look so awesome, really cool. But anyways, that's the packaging. So let's get to the figure itself. So this is it here. I tried to put it in a little pose, but I'm just gonna let's take that out of there. I'm not very good at making the poses. I got some of the stands for the Figuarts, so that way I could kind of do it, but I look online, I see pictures that people have taken with these really cool poses and stuff, and I can't do some of them. I'm still new to the whole Figuarts thing, so I'm kind of trying to figure all those out. But yeah, anyway, so here's the figure right here, so you can kind of get a rough idea of the size. And it's pretty decent size, and it looks really nice, as you can just see at a glance. And up close, when you kind of get an up close look at things, that's when you really notice all the tiny details and everything. And it won't focus. Why isn't it focusing? Come on. There we go. So if you look at the helmet, you can just see a lot of nice detail on the helmet. So it looks really nice. And then the Power Morpher, you can even see the Tyrannosaurus on it, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, lots of great detail on this figure. In terms of articulation, the head can move around 360 degrees, can move up and down and like all around, basically complete articulation there. The arms can move up about that much, unless you can rotate the arms around 360 degrees too, so you could even kind of do that. Did I like mess something up? I'm always like worried I'm gonna mess something up, but they're still pretty sturdy. You have these little shoulders that can kind of rotate around, so when you move the arm, those will rotate. These bend at the elbow there, and the hands rotate around completely because these hands are removable. So I'll show you that as well. So same articulation there. You can also move this forward and back a little, and even the chest piece like that. I think you can even take this apart. I had to do that for one or two of my other Figuarts. But I guess technically you could like mix and match half of a Ranger with another half. Reminds me of I had these tiny little figures as a kid, and I could like mix and match those, which was kind of interesting. But in terms of leg articulation, you can move them forward and back. You can do the splits, bendable at the knees there. The feet can rotate around 360 degrees, and they can move up and down, and you even have a joint there. So they're very posable figures. So they do come with different hands, and they are meant for different weapons that they can hold or different poses that you can do. So first, let's show some of the weapons that it comes with. So I'll take this guy out of here. So you can put them in the little holster here as well, and it's in there pretty tight. So it's nice that it's not going to fall out, but I'm trying to get it out of here now. The holster does come off as well, which probably, I guess, would make it easier to pull this out. And I really cannot get it out of here. And, alright. Yeah, so it's in there really tight, actually. Welcome to my first ever Figuarts review, where I can't even get the Blade Blaster, or I guess it's in the stick mode. Oh, there it goes, flying. So, be careful with that, I guess. Let's put the holster back in here. Okay, so let's take a look at the weapons up close. So here is the Blade Blaster in the regular stick mode. The instructions call it the Ranger stick. But you'll see lots of nice detail with the paint and everything. Even the little design there. Really cool. Then you have the Blade Blaster itself. So again, just very nice detail on these. That's what you can expect with Figuarts, which is great. And then you have the sword here. So again, really cool. And these are basically, I think, to scale with the Ranger itself. Here is his sword now, the power sword. Now this is really cool. This is my favorite of his weapons, of course. I mean, you can see, first of all, the detail. The paint is just awesome. You can see the Tyrannosaurus on there, which is great. And just the sword itself is kind of a nice, shiny color there, and I like the design on it. It's really sweet. And it's got a nice, decent, tip there. I mean, it just looks really cool when he's holding it, too. You also get the Thunder Slinger. So you get that there. And generally these Figuarts weapons don't combine, so instead they actually give you a piece that's already combined. Since you're not actually going to be playing with these really, you're just kind of displaying them. So here's the Ranger Slinger, the combined form there. So yeah, so those are all kind of the weapons that you get with the Figuarts. So it does come with these instructions, which explain all the different accessories that it comes with. And it comes with a bunch of different interchangeable hands, which I'll show you. And so it kind of, we'll show that there. So with those hands, you're going to get a set of fists, basically. Let me try and zoom in a bit. You're going to get a set of fists that the Ranger can use. You're going to get sets of, some of these hands, these confuse me sometimes with Figuarts. A lot of these are very similar, I feel like. They're like holding hands. But, so you have this one, you have this one, so I guess the fingers are slightly arched on that. And And you also have this one. So this one kind of has a bit more of an open grip. So depending on some of the weapons, it might be able to hold certain ones more easily. So that's all for one side of the hand, and then you have kind of the other side here of those. And then he also has different hands that he's holding currently. But here's another kind that he has for display, like that, which is kind of like, if I show you on here, it's like this hand right here. So he has one of those on here. So the way that you would change these then is you just plop it right out, and then if I want to stick another one on there, let's say I just want to put the fist, so I can take that and I just push it right on and it clicks into place, and there you go. So there's that. So yeah, I mean, these things are just really cool to pose and stuff. I mean, just standing there is kind of neat. If you have like a bunch of these Figuarts kind of standing there, they look really nice. I mean, his helmet's even a little shiny too, which is kind of cool. So just on display, he looks like a pretty sweet figure. And then if you have some of the other figures too, you can kind of have those together. And then if you give him the weapons and everything, that's when he really starts to look extra awesome. Like if I give him the power sword here. Kind of have to slide that in a little. There we go. I mean, this is when, you know, he starts to just look really sweet. And so you can start to kind of bend at the knees a little and like pose, and he's getting ready to strike. Now sometimes when you're trying to do the more advanced poses, it's hard to get him to stand into place with Figuarts. So instead, you know, you can buy these little stands. They're sold separately, and you can just kind of pose it however you want and stick them on. And that's a terrible pose, but you get the idea. So I got a couple of those stands. I'm working on a little display in my room of these because they just look really sweet. And I mean, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's the original. I know a lot of people are getting sick and tired of MMPR, and I kind of am a bit too. But when it comes to some of these things, it's awesome to actually have something like this, highly detailed and just a really nice display. And they're going to be releasing all of the Rangers in the US, so one by one, including the Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield. So just to have a whole display of the Mighty Morphin Rangers, it's going to be so awesome. And I will be doing a review of this guy as well, so I have him kind of separate. But here's the Green Ranger. So I mean, just to have these two together and have a little display with them is pretty awesome. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, so this guy is out now. I can't remember how much it was exactly. I want to say it was maybe a little over $40, $45 or something like that on Amazon. So you can look for the prices and stuff. But Figuarts are usually around that price range, so that's kind of what you can expect. But overall, this figure is awesome. I really like it. It's one of my favorite Figuarts that I have. Just, I mean, part of it's the nostalgia of just seeing him, but also, I mean, he looks kind of cool. I like the design of the suits, and his sword especially is awesome. So yeah, that's about it. That's my first SH Figuarts review. So give me feedback too on this. If there's anything in particular with Figuarts that you want to see. I know there's different poses and stuff on the back of the box, and I would have loved to like try and show you those different poses, but I'm just not that good at that, and so I don't want to spend like 5 minutes like messing around and trying to do all that stuff. So, but you kind of get the idea from those poses there that you can see the different possibilities for what the toy can do. But yeah, so that is the SH Figuarts Red Ranger. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my review of the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and any other Figuarts that may come up in the future now as a US release. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later.